go. Plug my phone into the charger. Alright. Check Discord first and foremost. While I do that. Okay, for whatever reason, like my PC chat, on the PC side, like my chat box stuff is not, you know, like showing, like not displaying everything. Like it's taking its sweet ass time. Okay. Alright. Stuff done there. Go ahead. Go to my mobile dashboard thing. Check the elapsed time on the thing. This is there. Okay. Alright. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and get started now since everything, you know, is popped off and notifications and you know, Bosch done their thing. So, yeah, as always, everyone, heyo, my fellow remote maniacs. It's Mr. Wilbur Roses here, and welcome back to yet another installment of Dead by Daylight. In the last stream that I did, I was playing some 2v8 and everything, which was supposedly like, which was originally supposed to be like, you know, the final day of it and everything like that, but as behavior does every now and then, which I think like is more often than not, they have extended the mode and everything, so I think it lasted about like one more extra week. And unlike a handful of people, I did not mind it because you know, because I have like the possibility of gaining more blood points, things like that, you know, for stuff to use in the future, you know, from like, you know, prestige, trying like, you know, to prestige characters, or maybe, you know, like even, you know, do some other stuff. So, yeah. I'm gonna be trying to play some 2v8 and everything, see how that goes. And yeah, I've already done like all of the, you know, all of the trials and all the quests and stuff like that. But you know, still one of those nice little like, you know, situations where you know, you can be able to, you know, gain some more blood points, things like that, you know, for future use. And of course, I will be playing as Tiffany, aka the Good Gal, as she's called in here. And of course, you know, when we do that, we're gonna switch over and do this.
Kiss my grits.
Made a guide. We'll get our prestige, you know, look on. Which is this. Alright. See, like I said, we're gonna be kind of, you know, just playing some TVA and everything like that. You know, we're gonna be playing some Survivor, you know, maybe see if we can get into some killer games and stuff like that, you know, and just have some fun with it as much as we can, you know, before it goes away for who knows how long. Oh, we got another Ash. This Ash is a medic. Huh? Like, oh, and the Ash just left, so. Alucard, Nancy, Claudette, Robin, Huey, Leon, and Lara. And apparently I am the only Gen doer. It's a lonely life, unfortunately. But it's, you know, sometimes it can be expected. You know, it's like, you know, not everyone's gonna want to, you know, to be the, you know, not everyone's gonna want to be like, you know, like a certain role or whatever. Looks like the Robin's the only one that's on PSN because they don't have a world icon next to their name. Which, if you don't know what I'm talking about, the way that you can know when someone's on the same platform as you is if they don't have a world icon next to their name. You know, because if they have a world icon next to their name, that means they're cross-platformed. You know, they could be like, you know, like you know, be like PC or, you know, another console or something like that. So. Purified tonics will more of a cage state. Alright, let's see how first match goes. Pring! Don't see me. Okay, so we got Dracula. We went down the exact same time. Claudette here. I have no idea who the second killer is. Hello there. Seems to be human, but I don't know. Nice. Oh, it's Tiffany. Okay, it's Tiffany. I see it. So it was Dracula and Tiffany. So Dracula and Tiffany. Damn. Ah, shit. Uh-oh. Ah, oh, oh! I'm running in the trees. Fuck. more Skipper's biscuit. Eat. Oh man. Nancy, Yuri, Claudia. Claudette's dead. Alright, so they seem to have gotten the 2K. Alright. I'll stay.
You know, this is not where I thought I'd end up.
Alright, so 10-minute estimated queue time. Well, I think maybe one more possible game of
Put your head
Survivor.
between your knees and kiss your ass goodbye.
And then, you know, we'll do my first killer game. I'm trying to think of, like, part of me thinks not that Meg, that the Meg at the bottom is like a TTV because they have like TT underscore. But I don't know. Okay, well they are a Twitch streamer, but they are not live, so. Alright. Alright, so first game, well, first Survivor game went pretty nicely. You know, no hooks. You know, like no hooks to our name. And we managed to escape as well, so. And we had a Tiffany and Dracula. I was honestly surprised that like the fucking Dracula didn't like, you know, look to, you know, didn't like notice that the gem was right there, because I'm pretty sure like if they, because I have a feeling they probably could have like, you know, kicked it and like even revealed my aura. Well, speaking of Dracula, we got another one. We got another one, ladies and gentlemen. zooming. I think that's the. I think that's like the Castlevania one, or something like that. It's some specific skin that I remember. And we got a trapper because I just heard the trap go off. I'm gonna go this way. Hello. Hey. Thank you. There you go. Oh, shit. Run, Tap, run! Ow. Yeah. Dude, man. There you go. Oh. That's right, you need a healing too. He's right there. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Oh, shit. I don't do the thing. It's why you're being distracted. Here they're coming. Look. You son of a bitch. Oh no. What? I don't think I'm gonna do it. God damn it. I hate the fact that it was trapped there, but like I hate the fact that there was a trap right there, but I gotta admit, like, you know, it took me by surprise. There you go. Bring your block to me. Ew. Well, I think I'm dead. Or not. Oh, I see him. There you go. Well, I'm dead. I healed myself up for nothing. Motherfucker. Like here I was thinking, like, oh, you know, everything's safe, and all of a sudden, I'm stepping up a bird trap. There you go. God damn it! And I just happened to fall right into this fucking lip. And I solo vaulted. I literally saw it like a split second too late, and I was like, oh, I'm thinking to myself, it's like, oh, it was like, oh, I see like there's someone on a hook or whatever, and all of a sudden it's just like, nope. Fuck. Just like for like fucking. Like first little incident, it's like, oh, I think like everything's safe. And all of a sudden, step in the bear trap. you know, it's like, oh, I'm gonna go. And I was like, oh, I see a survivor on the, in the cage thing. We'll go try and rescue them. And all of a sudden, as soon as I step, as soon as I drop, I'm dropping down and everything. I'm like, oh, someone's right there, and there but be a trapper. Let's fall right into their fucking lap. Ooh, the Slinger of Death is my teammate.
This is gonna be fun.
So it looks like the Jill and the Kate are the only ones that are cross-platform. Well, I mean, like Jill, Kate, and Slinger. So I can only wonder if I'm gonna get if I somehow do good, that I'm gonna get maybe some hate or something like that, because I shit you not, I still remember the times that when I was playing TVA and I would be playing Killer and stuff like that. This honest to God, no joke. I've literally had people message me on PSN being like, stop tunneling, stop tunneling me. Every time I get into a game, I'm always tunnel, and I'm just like, you do know what game mode this is, right? This is 2v8, not 1v4. It's like 2v8, 2v8 is something to be the chaotic game mode where it's anything and everything is probably going to happen. So. But I think this is the first time that I've had a Deathslinger teammate, so yeah, it could be interesting. I still remember the early days of me playing this game mode or playing DVD in general, and I just remember I think one of my earliest killers was in fact Slinger. Hi. How are you? Ah, the turn. The turn. Damn it. Damn it! I fucking overshot that shit.
Anybody there?
Dude, fucking overshot that. I'm blinded.
Get a move on, babe.
Magune. Okay.
You're in good hands, Dollface.
What a drama queen. You don't have to scream every time you're hooked. All right already. Don't you run from me.
But hey, it's like I'm right here.
Yeah, that looks like it hurts.
Overshot that one. Bonk. Nice shoot. Dang, that was only his first one.
Already.
could have had that.
Come out, there you are.
There's two exit gates open. It's this one, one like way over there. I did it for distance, okay? Okay, well, GG's. It was a diaper. What can you do? Alright, do. Let's see. Survivors.
Need a little help there, Junior?
I will say it's going to be, kind of interesting per se that, even though we're not going to be getting, like, even though, like, we're apparently not going to be getting, like, legendary skins, anytime soon, probably ever again, but I am kind of looking forward to seeing the whole situation with, the prestige badge things. Because probably what I'm going to be doing at most is, like, I have my thing to be, like, I think it's, like, what is it, like, Stranger Eddie or some shit like that. But yeah, probably what I'm gonna do, like, when the next, like, patch and stuff rolls out, and, we're able to do all this, this, that, and the other, I'm probably gonna, like, change my thing to be, like, to be, like, the P100 Ash, icon, especially, like, with the little, effects around it. So. Oh boy. Shatter Square. But if they go down, they go down. Oh, hello. Oh, hi. It's a ghosty boy. So we got a ghost face. Question is, who is the other? Question of the day is, who is the other killer? What are you doing? I got my skill checks for that. Let me see about going to get this person. What the fuck? Oh, hi, Chucky. I mean, you're gonna have to break it. So we got Chucky and Ghosty. We got Choke. We got Chokes. I'm trying to think of like a random ass name for like a Chucky and a Ghosty combo. I kind of wonder if they were even like around. It's purple. I would say this probably like be like a decent little map for Ghostface. Because, you know, like how like, you know, how dark and as fuck it could be. Woohoo! Yeah, you bitch. Oh yeah. Yo, what the fuck? You know, you just do like a quick little ting, and all of a sudden, like you just leave. Yep. So, ooh, somebody said somebody's around. Oh no. I was gonna kick that. Oh, hi. You're sneaky. Oh, right, you man. I was trying to explain like just like the reveal sound. Hang on. I'm being healed by water. Maui. There you go. Well, ain't that some shit? Well, I think it's time we start looking for hatches. Ow! What? I'm dead. Oh wait, no, I forgot. The last two. I didn't know there was someone left. Okay, now I think they should be able to probably look for hatches. And I just heard a hatch spawn right next to me. Like I just literally heard like a hatch spawn like right next to me as I died. Well, let's see what happens, shall we? Oof. Bummer. Alright, what about you? Can I do a thing with you? Give me a sec. Man, they did good. I think it was definitely quite the duo and everything. You know, yeah, like you got Ghosty, you know, who can be very sneaky. Oh, what's this? What's this? What's this? Oh god! Oh, I got a ting footage of Edge. I got a Demogorgon portrait.
Are you killing again?
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. That was the ghost phase. I pretty much just gave some GG WPs. Apparently they didn't know what WP means, and I said I said it stands for well played, like, because people usually say, like, you know, for like, you know, they sometimes will say like GGWP, which is like GG well played, you know, like good game well played, you know, and all that. So I guess they didn't know. I guess they didn't know. So I just left real quick to tell them. They reacted. Ew, we lost a Civiloiva. The LD. Excuse me. Alright. 'Cause, 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 'c Alright. Cold wind. This should be interesting. Alright, they got that gen. I want to say that's Pyramid Head. No injury to heal. I must say, where the fuck was it? Oh. Okay, so we got a slinger. I'm about to say, it's like I see the dude and all that, and I'm just like, well, I was like, oh, hey, you know, I see you're injured. I was like, oh, hey, I was like, I see you injured, you know, so it's like, I found the thing. Whip! Ow. Oh, that's a nice shot. Ouch. Oh, give me this.
Hey!
Where, I'll give you an A for effort. Oh god, I just randomly thought to myself, what if we have like a slinger pyramid head combo? Uh-oh. There, someone's nearby. Oh, we got a slinger, we got a slinger trapper. Blech. Well, I'd say like depending on like, you know, where it goes and all that, and you know, it could be, I guess you say like, trapper on this map could be a bit bearable. Because I mean, like, even like it's got like its cover and all that, but you know, like, it's, you know, it's more lit. You know, it's more lit. So like you know, unless for example, you know, like, you know, you were involved in that and everything, and you didn't know, then you know, you could woohoo! Oh, hi. I do believe you'll find foot. I don't know where he's at, and I hate it. I got lucky to hit them with that pallet stun. Oh. I was like, where the fuck is he? Uh-oh. Ooh, that was close. I think he's still in my tricks. Like, they are both over there. Hey, let me fucking heal you. There you go. Like, save your med kit until you really need to heal yourself. Who did that speed boost? Thank you. Whoever gave me the speed boost, thank you very much. Look. Well, I got one of us out of the game. There you gotta go. Fuck. Twice, man, really twice. I'm being chased by the trapper. Uh-oh. Fuck. Well, it's not that dull. I'm out of these fish. I'm out of these fish. Level up. Mokir Rocket 88. Wildful idea. Okay, Sable, come on now. I must say, come on now, Sable. Damn. So I wish you know about that. Got a shite for Feng Min. The Min of Feng. Ooh, I got a spit teammate. So let's see, so Sable and Dwight are the only ones that are PSN. Everybody else is console, well, not con, like, those two are, you know, PSN, everyone else is cross-platform. For sure. Oh boy. Like right off the bat, I see fucking 2 flashlights. 2 lights of flash. I will say though, first time in this whole session, or this whole stream, that might find a tonic that I could use. Evil Square once again. I believe.
Boy, ready or not,
Here I come.
You're going down. Hurt yourself.
I'm here.
I keep screaming.
Ah, damn it. I'm top of the wood, apparently.
It's quiet time.
got here? Food boost! Got a little spood boost. Damn it. Hi-ya! I don't know why I thought I saw a tonic there. Still got the head off.
Little shit.
Let's do it.
All right already. Scared of a doll? Really?
But a little predicament to put yourself in there, Levin. Someone wants attention. What could it have been you?
Running from a doll.
You need a hand, Cookie?
Alright, well, Sable's dead.
With the blabbering, it's overkill.
Higher than Marcus. Who thought? Bonk. Nope. Yeah.
Hey, don't piss yourself already. What a drama queen. You don't have to
Hi, Nick.
scream every time you're hooked. Seriously.
Go ahead and try that. There's someone way over here. That's the Delina's
That looks
first
like it
cage.
hurts.
Playing stayed.
Come here.
Very nice, very nice. Alright, that was quite a game, that was. Oh, excuse me. You know, I think I'm actually going to go ahead and end it there. I normally would go to around like 8 p.m. my time. But I don't know. I think, you know, that was a nice little way to end things off, and I could probably even make that into like its own little video. You know, because, why not? You know, it's kind of satisfying, you know, when you can somehow get, you know, like an all 8 kill, you know, or something, you know, close to that. So, yeah. Let me, check something real quick. Yes, and yes, you guys are going to be blue screen for a bit. So apparently they were alive. Yeah, Val. Cause I was gonna see like, you know, I was gonna see if like that one person, that ghost face, you know, that was dueling with I'd seen them, it was like, you know, they were dueling with the, you know, I guess like the Chucky and that from that one session, like, you know, seeing if they were live and everything like that. But I think I sadly didn't catch the other person. But that's whatever. So I'm gonna try to find someone to raid first, and then afterwards, so what I'm gonna do right quick is I'm gonna try to find someone to raid first, and then I'm going to kind of talk about some stuff on my mind. Because there's some things because there are some things I kind of want to talk about in regards to and in regards to the DVD, especially with 3v8 mode and everything. Just randomly curious in a way, because I want to say, like, I think I've gotten everything from, you know, the current iteration or whatever. And it looks like it, because I didn't get the, I didn't get, like, you know, to watch the streamer, you know, to get the drops or whatever. Whoops, didn't mean to go there. So yeah, give me this some time, guys, because I'm just want to try and find someone to possibly raid and everything like that. Like I said, also, like there's some things I kind of want to talk about, and a handful of it's well, I say like a handful / majority of it comes from DVD. Decisions. We're just chatting. Yeah, I guess it's probably gonna be a hot minute, but I guess I can kind of like talk about some things I kind of wanted to get off my chest. So, the thing I wanted to kind of talk about was 2v8, because I know that some people like. I'm not gonna say like everybody like has the same opinion, but like I know there's like those mixed feelings per se about 2v8 and everything like that. So I kind of wanted to just I kind of wanted to like talk about some things a little bit and kind of like I don't know, maybe address some things from my point of view to people or to people and everything like that, just go from there. So the first thing that I kind of want to talk about is people saying that the mode is highly survivor sided. Now, in a way, I would say I guess like in a way like I would say kind of, it's like there's it definitely feels like it, but you can't both always guarantee that it's going to be the case. Because it's like because you never know exactly just what kind of people you're going to be queued up with. It's like sometimes you could have you could have those moments where it's like like you bust out all the gens, but yet everyone still dies, or or like let's say like you play killer and everything, and then it's like you're trying your best and everything like that, and maybe you only get like 2 kills while everyone else escapes, or I almost want to say because I paid attention for like a hot minute, but it kind of went over my head, but like I want to say like we got down to about like half of the gens. We lost 4 gens. That was a game we teamed up with a spirit, but at the end, we managed to get a full 8K, merciless, merciless 8K, right? Um, so yeah, like I would say like I would kind of agree that it could feel like it's survivor sided, like with the mode and everything like that, but but like it's not gonna always it's not gonna always guarantee that you're gonna be, that you're gonna like either like win or lose. It's like it's because the way that I see it and the way that always kind of like the way that I see this mode, the way I always kind of preach it per se um, is that this is like this is a mode that says fuck all the rules, fuck all the like all the MMR stuff, and just it's kind of like just like an unleash hell and just see what happens kind of thing. And another thing I kind of have been seeing like here and there about people, the thing about like people talking about is the Torchbearer class that came in this iteration of 2v8. Now, if you guys don't know, instead of perks, for both sides, you have classes. Like killers have certain classes that do certain things, and survivors have classes that that do certain things. And have like it's gonna have like like certain play styles, if you will. And the thing about it is that because like I cannot tell you how many times I've heard people go off by like how survivors can be able to have like a flashlight at the start, and then get flashbang and everything like that. It's just like and I say that mostly killers have been kind of like going off about this, but at the end of the day you gotta think to yourself because it's like not everyone's going to be wanting to like maybe be the gen jockey or be the medic or be the escapist or the guide or whatever. Hold on, let me actually go to the survivor side real quick, just kind of like just to show some stuff. Alright, so
Wow. After I specifically asked not to be impaled through the chest.
yeah, so like we have like there's like right now there's 5 classes for Survivor to choose from. Okay, you got the escapist, you got guide, medic, scout, torch, and with Torchbearer being the newest thing. Okay, all these classes have like certain play styles to them and everything like that. It's like even even though I could say like, oh, I'm going to be like a I'm gonna start off as a medic, and that doesn't always mean that like, oh, I'm just gonna do nothing but trying to go heal my teammates or whatever, or just like get into a chase or like chase to chase or whatever, and then like try and pop my my medic special, or let's see, or like this one, where it's like I'm gonna play as a scout, and I'm just gonna just go around and trying to restore the pallets and everything like that, or whatever, and then or be like the person that just gives like some some 50% haste to people to help us get chases along or everything like that. Like everyone has a certain play style that they're gonna be doing, and I will admit, I'm no like for the time being, I'm pretty much going to be the guide, the guide, who will work on gens, while everyone else is like doing their own little thing, whether it be like being a medic class or torchbearer class, everything like that. Because the one thing I know that a lot of I don't know if I would say like I can speak for the whole Survivor community, but I would say like I can kind of speak for a lot of people in saying that like that people like they like being able to excuse me, that they like going for chases, they like being able to to quote unquote burn the retinas of the killers, and make them regret like trying to pick up, or just that, whatever. Okay, and like, and like, and like this one, 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 like this Now, clearly, there are some more spaces that could be that could have more things in the future. As far as what we know, like we don't know jack shit. I mean, we could have like more classes in the future. And and this is another thing I've kind of talked about before, where it's like it's like this game mode is like a slow and steady process, where it's like like every now and then, like it'd be like, maybe like introduce like a new killer to the TVA roster, and have their little certain abilities, for like they're like their innate abilities, and things like because of course you got like you got like little things here and there, a lot of just jazz, and then you go for and then you go for the killer side as well. And it's like you look all that, and it's like, hey, you got more rooms and stuff to add here. It's like I said, it's like a slow and steady process to where you never know exactly as to what's going to happen in the next iteration. We could we could have like the return of two. We could have like the situation of having like two killers added to the TVA roster. We could have a new class for a little class thing for the killer side and stuff like that. It's like I said, it's a slow and steady thing. With still like a lot of time, to like maybe like make adjustments. Like make adjustments, revert changes, fix stuff, or whatever. That's just how it is. Second thing that the second thing that kind of comes to my mind is Legion. Now I know that a lot of people, have been kind of like I know there's been like a handful of people that have been going off about like how Legion was taken out of TVA, even though like he came like even like Legion came in when they did the Resident Evil themed TVA mode, and this may sound like a hot take or whatever, but like Legion can still be kill switched on this mode for all I care. I mean, and I'm not trying to sound like and I'm not trying to sound like I'm like some sort of like biased person or whatever, but like but like the thing about Legion is, and it's gonna sound typical, for people who will probably defend them, defend this killer up and down. But a lot of people don't like Legion because the whole situation with the hashtag mending simulator, because it's like, oh, you play as Legion, and you go around, you go to you put people in deep wound, and you have to and it's like you go around and put people in deep wound, and it's one of those little like play styles, if you will, where it's like it's not really liked upon. It's like not like a lot of people don't like Legion because you have to always because like you literally have to you always have to mend against them, and you cannot heal either. It's like you always have to to fucking stay injured, and and like for me it's like I usually don't like staying injured against fucking Legion. Because like I'm not good in chase, so it's like why would I want to fucking be injured, especially with someone like Legion, who can just go around, just do this and the other. I mean, and yeah, like some people would probably argue that it's like, oh, it's a waste of time, because they can just put you in deep wound again, and it's like, yeah, but at the same time though, it's like you can still you can possibly still be having the ability to not be injured. And and it's like the one little situation is like they there's, and like a lot of people say that they put that they put like, and as far as like a tier list goes, like they put Legion in the C tier, okay, and it's like, yeah, maybe Legion's not that strong as like maybe like say fucking I don't know, like Pyramid Head, Nurse, maybe Billy, or whatever. But the problem is that this killer does things it's not really supposed to. It's like you know, the thing about it is that it makes no sense for legions to put people in deep wound. You know, it's like, you know, like even though that's the whole like little power, you know, ability, or whatever. But it's like it makes no sense for legions to put people into deep wound. Like, you know, but Deathbringer on the other hand, when it comes to Deathbringer, it's like, yeah, you know, he's someone who makes a bit more sense in terms of like, you know, having you know, the deep wound thing, because, you know, it has like that purpose, if you will. You know, it's like you go around, you shoot people with your harpoon gun, try to reel them in, you know, and like, you know, hit them once, put them in deep wound, and then, you know, if you're lucky, you know, maybe you can build like, you know, I don't know, reload, or, you know, like, you know, hit them again if, you know, they're still around the area or whatever. You know, but as far as that, you know, that goes, like, you know, like Slinger, you know, like having Slinger having the deep wound thing, you know, makes more sense than fucking Legion. You know, and people could, you know, like say, you know, and people could, you know, could probably argue about the whole situation of like, oh, you know, like Legion doesn't need a rework, and it's like, I beg to differ. Like Legion honestly needs a bit of a rework, because, like I said, you know, it makes no sense for, you know, Legion to put people in deep wound, and like, you know, not, and you know, and it's one of those playstyles, like I know, like, and I do know that there's like a lot of playstyles that, you know, people, you know, have, and, you know, and they may or may not like, but it's one of those little situations where it's like, you know, a lot of people are not going to want to play against Legion because of the fact that, like I say, you know, you always have to be, you know, you're always in, you know, you're always injured, and you're always going to get put in deep wound. You know, it's like, you know, like I would not be surprised if, you know, like if people, you know, were like DCing up the wazoo because it's a Legion. You know, even if they are, you know, quote unquote C tier as far as like, you know, the killer, you know, roster goes. But, you know, it's like, again, you know, no one wants to be injured forever. And I'd say like it's kind of like the same little situation per se with Plague. Although Plague, it's like, okay, you know, like they don't have killer instinct, but, you know, like they have like their own little play style where it's like, unfortunately, you know, you, for the most part, you know, like have to be sick, you know, to try and be able to do anything like that. But it's like, oh, you know, if you're like, but let's say like you're on Death Hook, you know, then you can be able to try and maybe, you know, cleanse at least once or something. You know, that's like the, and you know, you can say this is true or not, but it's kind of like but you know, but like stuff like that, it's kind of like, you know, like the golden rule, where it's like, oh, you know, like you know, it's like, oh, like you know, like you're not supposed to heal against the Legion, or you're not supposed to, you know, cleanse against the Plague until like either like it's, you know, until like either like it's A, you know, it's in-game time, or B, like you're on Death Hook. You know, so it's like, you know, I'd say, you know, and like I said, it's going to be a hot take, but like, you know, I'd say, you know, like, don't put, like, you know, just keep Legion out of 2v8. You know, literally keep them out, you know, and all that, or unless you can find somehow some sort of rework where it's like, you know, you can't, you know, where it's like, you know, you don't have to worry about being injured all the time. You can actually go to try and find a way, you know, to fucking heal, because like I said, the deep wound thing makes, you know, no sense. You know, and then, you know, it's like that whole sorry, not sorry thing, but it's true. You know, like Legion literally sucks to go against. And I know that, like, you know, with 2v8, it's like, oh, you know, like it's like, you know, it's like a target-rich environment and all that, but, you know, it's like, it's one of those situations where it's like, you know, if you know, Legion came back into, you know, in 2v8, you know, like, you know, it has to play the little rule per se of like, oh, you know, it's not supposed to heal. Even though, like, you know, no one in their right mind, you know, would want to be, you know, injured against the Legion, you know, the whole entire time, even in 2v8, you know, no matter if it's like, you know, 1v4 or, you know, or 2v8. Now, the next thing I kind of want to talk about, is the tonics, because that's another thing I've been kind of hearing a lot of people go off about, is the tonics in this game, or in the game modes, I should say. So, I've heard like a lot of people like, and this is like a handful of people who play killer, but like they should not about like how about them going to be like, oh, like they should get rid of tonics, because it's like you're killing the pressure of killer players, who's trying like to get a kill and all that stuff, and like on the one hand, like I can kind of get, I can somewhat kind of get the little frustration, but at the same time though, it's like it's very like it's almost like a risk of a war, and it's almost like it's very rare to sometimes find these fucking things, especially like if you may not be someone who memorizes like, oh, like like this is this color, so it's like like if it's this color, then it's the one where you go to remove a hook state, or if it's this color, then you go to to heal yourself, stuff like that. It's like like basically like the tonics are like the special equivalent of totems. Like you never know where you're gonna find you never know where they're gonna be, let alone if you can find one to actually use them. Okay, like how most of the times that I've played TVA, whenever the tonics were a thing, even when they brought it back, it's like you never know exactly as to where they're gonna spawn, let alone if it's the right one that you need. And it's like and it's like a it's kind of like a situation where it's like it's like a risk of a war type of thing, and whether this quote unquote makes sense or not, it's kind of like it's kind of like the same situation if like back then whenever you were able to do the old for the people buckle up situation, because it's like it's like a very high risk high reward, but in this case like you don't know exactly as to where these these talks are going to be. So it's like they can they can remove a cage state, but like the chances of finding them it can be pretty slim. It can be pretty slim pickings. I mean, hell, like I remember one time, when I think I even did it on stream where it was like, like when I was playing, when I was playing this killer and everything, it's like there was like some time, or like a handful of times where it's like I may find like one or two little tonics here and there, and then there's like another time where it's like, oh, I found a good portion of the tonics, and I used them up immediately. And it's like you got to. Like, and I think like the people that, and I think the thing is that people don't, the people, the killer side of the thing is like you don't know what they're expecting. Like like I say, it can be annoying, yes, but like the chances of finding them like right away, you never know exactly as to when that's going to happen. Let alone like if they are still around, especially like when you need it. So like I'm glad that they actually brought the tonics back. And I hope they actually stay in the game, from this point forward, with no matter like what iteration that they try and do. Now, I guess the final thing that I kind of want to bring up for right now is the next roster of killers that I would like to see. So, I had this little this little idea per se. Even though I can't be able to, select them here. But like, I had like this random little idea about like if Springtrap or animatronic, whatever you want to call them, was added into 2v8, like to be able to have like the possibility of being able to use the security doors, not only for like Springtrap himself, but also for everyone else. And the one thing I've always talked about, was the mode and adding Springtrap into it. Is the whole situation of having the ability to to like have like have your killer teammates be able to go through the security doors as well, and be able to and be able to catch any survivor off guard that that may use the doors to to do their own little thing. You know, I would love to see, you know, Springtrap get added into, you know, to the next TVA, especially, you know, being able to, you know, if we can somehow be able to, you know, use the skins, you know, I can be able to, you know, I can be able to, like, you know, to use the Yellow Rabbit skin. Now, as far as like anyone else who I want to see, as far as like the next killer that I want to see, like I do hope to see Skull Merchant, you know, in the future too, be installment, you know, that can be around playing and all that. But I'd say like if I was to choose another killer that I kind of want to see in the next iteration of TVA, I kind of want to see. I kind of want to see Leatherface here. Like I want, like, you know, how I want to, you know, be able to, you know, I want to be able, you know, to like play as, you know, Leatherface. You know, maybe have like those, you know, those random moments where it's like, you know, you can have like a, you know, you have like a hillbilly and a Leatherface, you know, combo and everything like that. You know, and go from there. Now, as far as like, you know, what his abilities would be, as far as like, you know, his little special, you know, TV buff abilities or whatever, I don't.
This is gonna be fun.
I don't know how exactly 100% for sure, you know, because they may go, you know, one way or another with this, but I feel like probably the one thing that I think that they could probably do as far as like, you know, like a buff or something goes, is perhaps they can maybe give like more charges to his, you know, to his chainsaw, like, you know, being able to, like, you know, do more charges, especially if they can be able to do a sweep. You know, maybe they could be able to have, you know, maybe they could be able to increase like the turning speed, you know, and all that stuff. Maybe have like, you know, to be able to take like the more tighter turns or whatever. But I don't know. You know, that's just my 2 cents. Like that's, you know, that's my 2 cents of like, you know, the next two killers that, you know, I would like to see added into TVA. But whoever does get added, you know, in the next iteration, you know, I will definitely try them out and everything like that. But I will say for right now, you know, until something else kind of piques my interest, I'm probably going to be maining Tiffany in TVA. Yeah, I think, you know, it's definitely kind of bringing back in like the you know, the fond little memories of, you know, the times that I would play as, you know, Tiffany, you know, / good gal, you know, whatever, and you know, be able to you know, be able to have like, you know, some nice little matches here and there, and, you know, actually get some nice little, and it gets, you know, some nice little kills as well. But anyway, I'm going to see if we can try and raid into this person. I don't know if for sure if we're going to be able to, but we're going to try. I have someone. I don't know this person, but, you know, we're going to definitely going to try. Yes, now go all the way down to Better TTV, clear chat. Alright, so now that I've kind of said my piece, so as far as, you know, TV stuff goes, just want to say as always, you know, thank you guys so much for watching. I really and truly appreciate it. My next planned stream, if everything goes well, will hopefully be on Wednesday. It's probably my 2-day slow week of streaming. For right now, it's going to be some more Weapons Mod Wednesday. I will be trying to hopefully do more Free Doom 2 with the Borg Remake mod. And hopefully Twitch doesn't, you know, fucking end my stream abruptly like they did last time when I tried playing them. And then probably on Thursday, I will do more Elden Ring Night Rain, where I will play more as the Faith Onion, my little Faith Onion build. So, yeah. Alright. But, yeah, if you enjoyed what you saw today, though, and you watched this on Twitch, feel free to give the channel a follow and become a Rumble Maniac today. If you want to follow me anywhere else online, You can check out my YouTube channel, give it a sub, and all the usual good stuff. And feel free to follow me on Twitter or Blue Sky if you want. But until I see you all in the next video or live stream, as always, take care everybody, and I hope you all have a good week or weekend.